guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new to this channel, welcome, and if you are a returning subscriber, welcome back to my world. Guys, I'm so excited. This is the very first episode on a segment in this channel called Career Matters. This is where we talk about everything career related, where I share my own experiences. This is my second year in the world of work, and there's a lot that I have learned that I just feel like it makes sense for me to share that with you guys. And also there are other people who are at different stages of their career journeys, who I think them sharing their journeys and how they got to where they are today will be very, very useful to you guys, to help you build successful careers, to learn from maybe their mistakes, also to learn from what they did right, and everything like that. So for the very first two episodes in this segment, I want to talk about how to build, and also how to write a compelling CV that will make you stand out, and like when you're applying for jobs in different companies and be called for an interview. So in today's video, we're just going to be focusing on how to build up your CV, because in as much as obviously there's so many softwares out there available telling you how to structure your CV and all of that, yes, presentation matters, but can we just take a minute to talk about the contents of your CV? Let's talk about what's in there, because that's what's important. Yes, presentation is important, and we are going to talk about that. We're going to talk about different softwares that you can use to structure your CV well, because that's also very, very, very important. But in today's video, we're going to talk about how to build up your CV, the actual contents. So without wasting any time, let us get right into the video. So before I get into talking about how to build up your CV, let me give you a little bit of a profile. If you don't know me, you are new to this channel, you don't know anything about me, let me tell you about myself a little bit. So I went to the University of Cape Town, where I studied chemical engineering, right? I am now working as an investment analyst. I'm part of a graduate program called the Fezeka graduate program. So that's a bit about myself, right? And if anything, I've went to so many job interviews. I've applied to so many jobs, guys. Like really, I have applied to so many jobs, and in most of them, I don't think I've never been rejected in most of the jobs that I have applied for. And usually when I provide my CV with my application, I'm usually called for an interview. That says something about the structure of my CV, either the contents or just how I presented my CV. It says something. There must be something that I am doing right. So I'm not like a professional CV writer or anything, but I'm just sharing what has worked for me, because I think for them to for all those companies that I've applied for jobs when I was doing my final year in chemical engineering, for them to look at my CV and be like, oh, okay, this person's actually interesting, we should call her and interview her. It says something about what I was doing right. So I think I'm just gonna share that with you. So the very first segment that I want us to look at on your CV is the education part. Like I said, I'm not talking about in this video, I'm not talking about how to structure your CV, but rather I'm talking about the contents of each segment. So talking about the segment that talks about your educational history and everything about that. So I think it's very, very important to make sure if you are in varsity, the first thing that is very, very important, do not forget why you are there. I don't know, it's a lot of people lose focus, and they have all those different things that they are focusing on or being involved in, and forget the main reason why they are at university. Guys, my advice to you is that give your academics as much attention as you can. Just do well. do well, like do well. If you are not like, I don't know, if also like you're just like an average student, push yourself, like have academic goals. Tell yourself that okay, so maybe this year my GPA is a little bit low, like maybe my GPA is like at a, I don't know, like maybe at a 60 or whatever. Push yourself, have academic goals, and be like, okay, let me go back and see what am I doing wrong, and how, like, reflect as a person. It's important to reflect and prioritize your studies. You know, I was told by someone, so a little bit about myself. At high school, right, they used to call me, my principal used to call me like top learner, because, well, I used to do so well, right, in my studies. I remember I even passed so well my matric, and I was like the top learner in the province, all of that. Yes, so exciting, and all of that, right? So I don't know, I think from that I just told myself that, like, excellence is in my DNA, like, and in as much as I want to use this university experience as like also like an opportunity for me to develop my character as well, it's also very important that I still give my academics as much attention as I can. Because yes, at the end of the day, intelligence alone is not enough, but at least have it. Like, be passing, like, at least, I don't know, like, just be passing. And don't, this thing of people saying that yeah, Madonna score as long as you get 50 and move forward. I don't know, guys. I know university comes with all its challenges and all of that, but my advice to you guys is that never ever settle to being average. If you are used to being a top achiever like myself, you would relate and understand where I'm coming from. It's very much doable to perform above average even at tertiary level. So I don't know, do not conform or like to the like mediocre and everything. People saying that, yeah, it doesn't matter, it won't matter. Let me tell you, it does matter. It really does matter. Like, in these interviews, if anything, they still be asking, like, for myself, they still be asking you about your matric results. They talk about your transcript and be like, yeah, Mikano, tell us about this. How did you do this? Or Mikano, tell us about the time you failed this course. What happened? And you have to explain. So rather than you having to explain and trying to convince them, like, so hard for them to take you, how about you use this opportunity, if you are still in university or any tertiary institution that you are in, to like focus on your studies to a certain extent. Let your marks be good. I would advise that try by all means to make sure that your average is like at least above 65. That's like the minimum. Try to like challenge yourself to be like, okay, my average should be at least 65, because if you are performing below average, it can be a bit of a disadvantage, because remember, if you want a job in a field which is very saturated, many people are doing well, some are even doing better than you, what makes you stand out? What makes you think they will leave someone who has like really good marks? Because at the end of the day, to a certain extent, we don't want to admit that, because I don't know what happens to people when they go to tertiary level. It's like academic excellence just stops being like important for some weird reason. But I don't know, it's still to a certain extent a symbol of your intelligence. Like, it just tells them you know what you're doing, you know, and it opens so many doors for you. So I think it's very important that you focus on your academics and make sure that you do pretty well in there. Okay, so the second thing that I want to talk about, I've said this in the segment where I was talking about education. Guys, intelligence alone is not enough. Yes, your marks are very important. Do well, at least 65% average, like, or aim for 70, like, I don't know, like, something, at least if you are performing on average, at least go 65 nyana. You understand? But we are assuming that you have that already, like you're doing well academically. What else are you doing outside academics? Because you need to, your marks alone, yes, they will speak for you. But think about it. What if half of your class has the same marks as you, or even more than you? What sets you apart? What shouts or screams at the employers? Like, what shouts or screams, hey, pick me, pick me? What is that defining factor? What is so unique about your CV that they will leave other people and focus on you? Well, let me try to tell you this. What you do outside academics, make sure that whatever you dedicate your time, outside you studying, outside you attending classes, outside everything academic related, make sure that it's something that adds value and something that will put you at an advantage. There is a segment that talks about, on my CV, I'm gonna show you guys my CV at the end of this video, so please make sure that you watch this video all the way towards the end if you want to see the structure of my CV, which I think, I would like to believe it's in the right format and the right structure, because why else will those companies be calling me for interviews? Like, I'd like to believe there's something I'm doing right. So there's a segment there on my CV, you will see it at the end. This other segment talks about my my experience. So for my experience, I broke it down into volunteering work, because I don't know, a little bit of a backstory. When I went to university, first year 2019, I was just this shy little kid. My social skills were on a zero. I literally couldn't hold a conversation. I was so shy, like, and I had social anxiety. But I just told myself, I want to get involved in things that stretch me outside my comfort zone. Like, I want to challenge myself. I don't want to go out of university the same way I came. So I'm gonna put myself in very, very, very uncomfortable situations throughout this degree to see how I develop as a person. And in that section of like volunteer work, or like, yeah, volunteer work, when I was doing my second year, I remember I volunteered. I couldn't start with the big things like being part of the house comm, being into politics, you know, those big things. I couldn't start with that, because at the end of the, like, at the same time, you need to know yourself. Like, as much as you should challenge yourself, know yourself. Like, I couldn't start with the big things, but I had to start somewhere. I volunteered to be a mentor at the residence I was staying at. So I was doing second year, right? I volunteered to be like a mentor to people who were doing first year. Let me tell you, that was so challenging for me. That was like the biggest challenge for me, because the way I was so shy, like, things were so awkward. I remember in my first meeting with my mentees, I had those girls, like those girls as my mentees, first years. They used to talk a lot. They used to, like, I felt so intimidated, but at the same time I was like, I'm a mentor because well, I've been at this university for a whole year. Even though I might not be as talkative as I would want to be, or be like out there as I would want to be, there's also like wisdom or knowledge that I've acquired through my experience, my first year experience, that would be very much valuable to someone doing their first year. So volunteering, just sharing what I knew with those students really helped in a way to make their journeys even better. Another thing that I volunteered to do was just to be a tutor there at Res, for like a subject that I had done so well in my first year, which is something that also went to my CV. all these little things. Like for me personally, I was not thinking about building my CV. I was just thinking about challenging myself to do something different, something that makes me engage with people and not be socially awkward. You understand? But in a way, those things were helping. So guys, volunteer. There's so many opportunities for you to grow at university. You can be a mentor, you can be a tutor, you can be part of the house com. Yeah, you can be part of the house com. You don't need to be like extroverted or whatever to be there. Go there and say, like, even with your introverted personality, challenge yourself. Go there. You can do it. How? Like, you can do it. Push yourself. Get yourself out there. Another thing that I did in terms of like volunteering work, when I was doing my final year, I was also like, I volunteered to be an orientation leader for my faculty. Yeah, I know being a mentor was challenging, but girl, being an orientation leader was like even more challenging, because I had to stand in front of so many first years, and those people be looking at you like you know everything. Like they're just like, here comes the person, the go-to person we should talk to. They know everything. They will help us. They will, you understand? I think that really helped me in terms of career development, but it was also a very important thing to discuss or talk about in all these interviews that I went to for like different jobs that I applied for. So things like that just show that, okay, you're not just a robot. It's not just about the marks. There is a person behind those marks, and this person gets involved in different things. This person can work well with other people, because let's face it, like being involved in these things, you get to engage with other people. You get to add value in the lives of others as well. So it just puts you at an advantage. Say, okay, this person behind those marks, this Mikano, who has a very great personality. You understand? So yeah, do that, guys. Any opportunity that you get, if you are into politics, have some time to dedicate a bit of time into politics. Faculty stuff, you want to be a faculty mentor, you want to be a tutor, well, make sure your marks are good if you want to be like a department, like a tutor for a certain course. Yeah, but like those kind of things, volunteer. Join clubs. If you, yeah, I'm sure in other universities have clubs as well. Even at UCT, during like Plaza Week, there's a lot of societies that you can join, but make sure obviously that whatever societies that you are joining, you know why you're joining them. They add value in your life in a way, and they're aligned to sort of where you see yourself going. You get what I'm saying? Yeah, you can do that as well. So that's very, very important. But remember, do not neglect your academics when you are doing this. Your academics are still very much your priority. These are just add-ons. Those are just things that, you know, add value to your CV. So we are done with the part of like volunteer work. Let us know. Now we are moving on to work experience. I know a lot of people have told me that it's so unfair, like when you apply to these jobs and they're like, there's like on your CV there's that section that talks about work experience, what experience you have as a fresh graduate and all of that and whatever. Well, I'm gonna talk from an engineering background. I don't know what experience you can get from like other courses, or because also there's certain courses that are in high demand. Like, yes, you have to do something, make sure your CV is like appealing, compelling and all of that, but you don't really need to do a lot. Your academics can sort of speak very much for you. But I'm talking about those courses where you have to like really sell yourself. I'm talking about those ones, you understand, where they're like, okay, Isimikano has an engineering degree, okay, but let me just use a random name. Shilaveko also has an engineering degree. Why would we choose Mikano over Shilaveko? What makes us so special? So yeah, for me, I have a section of work experience, and that's where I just listed my vacation work. Like during my holidays, I wouldn't just like go home and wait, because it's like 2 months. I don't remember how long you guys get, like in December and also in June, but it's such a long time to just sit down and not do anything. No guys, use those holidays to do something that will help you build your CV. And this is not something that you only start doing in your final year, because I don't know, for me, my final year in engineering, chemical engineering, was the busiest. So in your first years, man, first, second year, or third year, like be doing something, during those school holidays. Not volunteer, but try to get vacation work. And now you might be asking me, how can you get vacation work? That is very, very interesting. First of all, the career service of whatever university you go to. If you go to university, if you go to UCT, there is the career service website, right? That is where they list different types of jobs, like different jobs that are available for like students. For instance, you can filter like jobs that are like vacation jobs that are related to whatever it is that you think will add value to the kind of career that you want. I don't know, there's like usually jobs for like if you want to be a tutor, there's jobs for that. You can make extra money, guys. I don't know why people do not make career service their friend. Like literally, just go to career service. It's there for a reason. Go to that website. That website should be your friend, and it will help you so much. They usually in that website post jobs for students. No vacation job works. You can get a lot about that. Also like bursaries. If you are not funded by bursary and maybe you need one, familiarize yourself with the career service website. I'm very much 100% sure that almost every university has this. So make sure that you know about that website and you visit it, because they have so many opportunities for students. It's there for you guys, and I'm surprised that some people don't even use career service at all. So you can go look there for like vacation work. It doesn't necessarily have to be related to what you are studying. Like for instance, when I was doing my third year, I did there was this other thing called Data for Mia. That's the name of the vacation work opportunity, right? I applied for that, and we were just analyzing data, like municipality data, to check the functionality of different municipalities and all of that. Thinking about it now, I'm like, that had nothing to do with chemical engineering, but the mere fact that I still challenged myself to do something like that really helped me to get to an industry that I am in now. Because now in the investment world, as an analyst, they need someone who can deal with big data and analyze that kind of data. Like it just puts you at an advantage. They look at me and they're like, oh, okay, this one can analyze, ne? Like this one pays attention to details. We want this one. You see, things like that. So don't limit yourself with this vacation works to just doing what you studying. Although it will be very, very helpful to find vacation work in your field of study. Another way you can get like vacation work can be through you approaching the companies that you do find interesting. I remember throughout our, like when we were doing our degree, right, like chemical engineering, I had friends who would actually go to like websites of companies that they would like to do vacation work with, and they would actually send emails or call the HR and explain that I would like to like get a feel of how it feels like to be in an actual plant and and work there and see and apply all this theoretical stuff to like life. And even if you're not being paid, the main point is not being paid. Yeah, guys, the main point is to have a bit of experience at least, and some people would get lucky. Like some companies would be like, yeah, we're more than willing, come to us during holidays and we will help you. Some even advertise on LinkedIn. Make sure you have LinkedIn, guys. If you don't have LinkedIn, and yeah, why don't you have LinkedIn, Billy? Have LinkedIn. I'll make another, now that I'm thinking about it, I think I'll make like the third episode about your LinkedIn presence, because it's very much as important as a professional to have a LinkedIn account. And you will see also from the next episode where we talk about the actual structuring of your CV, that it's important to put the link to your LinkedIn account as well. So yeah, like on LinkedIn you can get like vacation work opportunities there as well. So make that your friend. Go to LinkedIn, follow those companies that you are interested in, follow recruiters. Just make sure that you are well, like you are in charge, you're in control of everything. Don't just relax. Don't waste a whole 2 months, December. Okay, not 2 months, December, but like those December holidays. Don't waste them just chilling at home, doing nothing. Nah. I feel like time is so precious. Your time should be so precious that you shouldn't waste it on just sitting down and doing nothing. Do something. I would advise that you spend as much time with yourself as you can to learn yourself and try to understand what it is that you love, and like what it is that you love and where exactly your passion lies. For instance, under the segment of like experience on my CV, I talk about volunteer work, I talk about work experience, that's the vacation work stuff. There's also a segment that talks about entrepreneurship, right? And I think that's something that also really opened doors for me to get like a job in finance now, because of my entrepreneurial, because of being an entrepreneur. So when I was doing my third year, mind you, before this I didn't have any background or any experience in running a business and all of that. But my friend and I, like I said, guys, university has so many opportunities for you to develop yourself, and it makes me feel so sad when someone just walks out with just a degree with nothing else to it. There's a lot you can do. I know like academics are demanding and all of that, but there's a lot that you can still do outside academics. So like entrepreneur, I remember when I was doing third year with my friend at the residence where we were staying, they had like applications open for people who wanted to run like a tuck shop at that place. So my friend was like, Mikano, let's apply for this thing. I was like, wait, what? It's like, let's apply for these things. I'm like, are you saying we should apply to work at the tuck shop or to actually run it? She was like, let's apply to run it. I know we have never done this before, but we can do it. Let's just apply to do this. And then we applied, guys. We did our research. We asked people who had run the tuck shop before. We did our research, and our business proposal, because we had to present a business proposal to like a panel of the house committee. Our business proposal was so well written, like it was like really convincing that we ended up getting the tender, guys, and we ran that tuck shop. And I would like to believe that it was very successful, because we saw it growing from buying stock maybe for just 4,000 to now buying stock for more than 30,000 for a very small shop. Like if you look at it, you can be like, how are we making so much money from such a very small shop? But the fact that we were addressing a need. So maybe an opportunity, if you're into entrepreneurship, or if you're into businesses like that, maybe an opportunity won't present to you itself to you as like, maybe you have to apply for a tuck shop tender or whatever. Maybe they don't have that at the residence where you stay, or maybe you even stay off campus. But if you're someone who's into businesses like that, Do not wait for a miracle. Do not wait for to have millions or whatever to start focusing on that entrepreneurial, on that business side of you as a person. Start selling something. I remember, like, there were so many people that we partnered with when we were running that tag shop, right? We had people who had businesses for selling muffins and all of that, and they would come to our shop at give us a commission, but also sell their muffins at our shop. We also formed partnership with your fast foods like Roman's Pizza. We had like Pizza Friday. Like, it was so interesting, and we had employees. We had like almost 8 employees, and our business was doing so well. We made so much money from that business. So I don't know what business you can start if you are into entrepreneurship like that, but if you feel like that's something you can challenge yourself into doing, I don't see anything that would be stopping you. You just need to do as much research as you can about the business that you want to do, and just get into it with a leap of faith. Let me tell you, if you fail, you fail. Like, someone who started something and failed, it's not the same as someone who has never done it at all, who was too scared to even start at all. So I'd say challenge yourself, do something, you understand? And also, another thing just outside academics, and I think this would be very much great or very much important for your mental health as well. Be involved. If there's like sports, maybe there's like a netball team at the university or in the residence where you stay, why don't you try to like get involved as well during your free time? Obviously we are students. No, I'm not a student, but like, obviously you'll be saying we are students, we are busy and all of that, but there's no way like every day when you're always studying. I mean, yes, I'm sounding okay, but like, yes, study, make sure you study, but that free time that you have can be part of like any sporting team that you find interesting. Maybe you're someone who is interested in netball, why don't you try that out? Interested in hockey, try that out. Soccer, try that out. Whatever, try that out. I think it's also good for your mental health, but it also helps building up your CV as well, because they want to know more about Mikano as a person and not just your marks. Your marks are very, very important, don't get me wrong, but they want to know also your personality, you as a person, and things that you have challenged yourself to do, things that make you have a great personality, that would make you a great employee to like work with, to be in a team with, a great employee who respects work ethics, who can think outside the box, someone like that. So that is very, very important. Those are important segments that you should have in your CV and work towards building while you are still in tertiary, or even while you're still in high school. I mean, it's still part of your career. Career does not necessarily start when you start working. Even from high school, you can be building your career. University, build your career, girl. Well, and gentlemen, build your career in as much as you can. So just to move on to the last point, let's say you didn't get the opportunity to do all those things that I've mentioned, like the things outside academics that I've mentioned and all of that, there's still things like taking short courses. Now I'm talking about the segment of your CV, the skills segment, right? There are certain skills that will really, really give you an advantage, and that, I kid you not, during your free time, invest in yourself. I don't understand people who don't invest in themselves, and it stresses me. Why are you not investing in yourself? Do not sleep on yourself. You understand? Take short courses. I realized that those short courses, I used to take short courses from Coursera and also Udemy, you name them. Those academies that offer short courses, I used to take short courses and learn stuff from that. First of all, I realized that I'm someone who likes working with numbers. I love businesses and all of that. So during my free time, I'll just go to like Coursera and just be like, okay, I know I'm studying, but also like during the holidays, maybe let's say I don't have vacation work, because it wasn't like every holiday that I had like vacation work. It was just, yeah, that holiday, 1 or 2, right? Yeah, I'll just go to Coursera. I know it's time for resting, but I don't know, guys. I don't know. Maybe it's because maybe it's because of my personality. I just believe walala wasala shem. Why are you resting? Okay, I'm kidding, rest, but like, why are you resting if you don't have that job yet? You get what I'm saying? I don't know. I think what I'm saying makes sense. Like, why are you resting? Walala wasala. So I'll just go to like Coursera, for instance, and be like, or LinkedIn, they have courses as well. I'll just be like, hey, my Excel is not good. I know I use Excel in ChemEng, but I don't know the hacks, the shortcuts and all of that. I don't know much about that. Let me spend, or even on YouTube, like let me spend my time just learning about Excel, like those hacks and everything, just so that I can be more efficient. And when I say on my CV I'm good with Excel, Pella, they will test you these things. If the job you're applying for is technical, those people can be, interviews can be as technical as they want them to be. If they want the interview to be technical, they will say, you said you can do Excel. Hey, let's talk about that. They start asking you about Excel functions. Hey, tell us about VLOOKUP or whatever. Hey, those functions. Like, they start asking you those things. So make sure you know your story. How do you make sure you know your story? Invest in yourself. During your free time, take short courses. Learn Excel. You know, if you feel like you are interested in coding is also a very, very important skill to have. Just, you never know. So just to have it, you can just go to Coursera, you can go to Udemy or whatever academy or platform there is. Take a short coding course. Just learn a language, challenge yourself, and be like, okay, I just feel like the year should not, even 6 months is a long time for you to just not develop yourself in any way. You should develop yourself. Take a course, learn a coding language, see where that will get you to. I am telling you, that will set you apart. Little things like that will set you apart in whatever field you are doing. If you feel like there's something that maybe you're not taught in class or wherever in your course, but you feel like it would add value, do that. Take those short courses. Those short courses will open doors for you. I kid you not, they will open doors for you. So I think this video is already very long, guys. Yeah, we've reached the end of the video. Like I promised, I am going to attach my CV right here. Yeah, if I don't attach it right here, you'll see it, like it's gonna come. So I hope you enjoyed watching this video, and I really hope that it was insightful and it will help you in a way. If you are still in university, or even if you are a graduate, you are done with your studies, but you've been applying for jobs and it hasn't been working, it is not too late to build your CV up. You can do all of these things. In the meantime, you can be volunteering. In the meantime, you have your marks here, right? Yeah, we're done with that. You can be volunteering. In the meantime, you can start a small business. If you are not into businesses like that, in the meantime, you can be taking short courses towards whatever jobs that you are trying to apply for. Those things will set you apart, and they will increase your chances of being called for an interview and being considered by 100%. So I really hope this was really helpful. Please do comment down below in the comment section if there's more tips that you would like to add to what I already said in this video. Feel free to add those tips in the comment section. If there are more questions that you have, feel free to ask me. Anyways, I will see you guys in the next video, where we will be talking about how to actually structure your CV and softwares that you can use to structure your CV very well. I hope you enjoyed this video. I will see you guys in the next one. For now, bye.